What's going on, everybody? I'm Guru Games and welcome to my channel. It's been a long time coming, years of contemplating if I should do it, if I shouldn't, what if it fails, just being fearful and just letting the mental chatter get the best of me. But I finally landed on the mentality of just doing it, and I'm here to provide some great gaming content, and I hope you guys love it in the future. Gaming has been a huge part of shaping me as a person since the first time I picked up a controller, and I still think to this day that the very heart of where it all started for me was this very special game called Halo. I'm pretty sure you heard of it. Playing it non-stop and watching it evolve over the years, I just thought there's no better way to start my journey on YouTube than with remembering where it all started and my hopes for where it's going. I'm eager to know if you all enjoy this video, but let's waste no time and get right into it. So for many people, when they say that they're a veteran Halo player or just a fan in general, usually you'd expect to hear Halo CE was their first game. I mean, it makes sense in retrospect, but for me it was a little different. My first Halo experience was actually Halo 2 at a friend's house on the original Xbox that I didn't even own at the time. And the first match that we played together, I was immediately changed forever. At the time, there was no multiplayer experience quite like that, and it was a completely new and engaging experience for me and so many people around the globe at the time. What really felt right and made it feel like a complete package was Halo's Golden Triangle, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's grenades, guns, and melee, all connected to create a multiplayer experience with so many different ways to get the upper hand on the enemy player. Until this day, going back to the older entries in this series still feels amazing. All of these things combined with the unique sandbox the game throws at you really created some nights filled with laughter and memories. The environment of each Halo map felt like its own player in the game as well, each one feeling alive and truly integral to the multiplayer experience. There's so many ways to interact, whether it be shooting a fusion coil on the enemy side to catch them in the explosion, or if you're crazy enough, using that explosion to launch a traffic cone at somebody for an instant kill. There's no shooter game that can replicate that unique type of gameplay. Equal weapon starts is another part of the experience that forces the player to get creative. Everyone starts with the same weapon that does the same damage, so it all becomes a game of outplaying the opponent rather than just having a better gun. Memorizing key weapon spawns on the map so you can snag that power weapon before anybody else can becomes muscle memory, and it truly feels rewarding for learning the gameplay loops and perfecting your own style of playing. Everybody will always have their own unique experiences while mastering their way of playing, which is truly something I think is extremely important to the franchise's identity as a whole. My journey with Halo at this point has been a blast, enjoying multiplayer and learning the ropes with friends on their Xboxes. But everything would change when I finally got my own Xbox, because there's still one part of the games I had yet to dip my toes into, and that was the brilliant campaigns. The moment we first see the Pillar of Autumn fleeing from this mysterious threat in the beginning of Halo CE, I was left in awe as the first Halo ring is revealed to mine and the UNSC surprise. I still remember thinking, oh my god, I really hope I get to explore that ring world. It looks amazing, and my hopes were very soon about to come true.
We're coming in too fast! Damn! Air brake failure! They flew too early! I'm losing her! Brace for impact!
Crash landing on the ring, taking my first steps out into this new mysterious world, and turning around to see the whole world curving up into the sky and over your head, I immediately knew that this was going to be special. But what makes these campaigns truly special, you might ask? I believe it's how well crafted the stories are and how well they tie into the soundtrack and combat. We'll get into the soundtrack in a bit though. Everything from hearing the dialogue of the Covenant as they mercilessly try to stop you, to the ships flying overhead to drop off more enemy troops. The atmosphere of this new world I was in was incredible, but the heart and soul of what keeps it together is the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana. It's beautifully crafted to make you wonder which one of them is truly the machine, and the importance of this relationship is only made more apparent as the games go on. Unfortunately, it wasn't all rainbows and fantasy land. Despite all these great combat loops, phenomenal storytelling, and iconic memories we have with this franchise, there's definitely been hiccups in recent years with the release of Halo 5 Guardians. A large amount of players that have been following this franchise for so long have been leaving, and for the most part, it's for good reason. But I like to give credit where it's due. Halo 5's gameplay felt the most balanced it has in years when it comes to its multiplayer side, and showed 343 was actually trying to make use of all the feedback they've gotten after Halo 4. But with this great balancing to multiplayer, unfortunately, the campaign suffered. For the first time in years, this was probably the one Halo game that felt like the campaign didn't come first in the development process, or at least not as much effort was put into it. The heart and soul of this franchise just wasn't there anymore, and it really pained me as a Halo fan to see it taking this route. But time will tell. We shouldn't be so quick to lose hope for our beloved franchise. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the music. I'll try to keep it brief, but the music is what truly makes these campaigns seem like more of an art piece than a game. Marty O'Donnell is the OG behind the way the game makes you feel its emotional, exhilarating, and somber moments of its campaign. Whether it be the iconic theme of the tribal chants, or the beautifully crafted Unforgotten to make you feel the emotions of sadness with a slight glimmer of hope. Halo's music is always the one thing that kept the community in agreement about why this game is so special. That's why I want to talk about why Halo Infinite is probably going to be the most important Halo game for us. The ones that never lost hope in our beloved franchise after the reveal of the Halo Infinite gameplay in July 2020. The community was torn yet again because of the graphics and how unfinished the game looked. But it didn't stop one very important fact, that for the most part, everyone agrees on it. Despite the poor state of the game last year, we all saw that it still looked fun. From a gameplay standpoint, Halo finally looks like Halo again. If anything, that's the most important thing that came out of it. They integrated music in the gameplay and cutscenes the way the classic games did, and it just felt right. I mean, just take a look at this clip from the Discover Hope trailer from 2019.
There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. I don't think we're here is. No. Not then! Not again! We need to run!
No, we need to fight. Get ready.
And if that wasn't enough, 343 dropped 3 official songs from the soundtrack. And saying that they're phenomenal is an understatement, especially after the unconventional soundtracks of Halo 4 and 5. These songs are what brings the environments to life and makes the universe of Halo feel vast and mysterious. I'm very excited for the direction Infinite is going with its music, and I cannot wait to have my ears blessed with some more coming this fall. But at the end of the day, I'm very hopeful for the future of Halo, and I remain optimistic. I haven't looked forward to a Halo game this much since I first saw the reveal for Halo 4. I think 343 has finally found their place in this franchise, and I put my trust into this brand new journey with our beloved Master Chief to take us into the next 10 years of Halo. Thank you so much for watching. I put a lot of work into making this video, and I would really appreciate all the likes and comments and subscriptions you guys could dish out. If you have any friends that are Halo fans, share this video. This is a celebration of this franchise, and hopefully I bred some hope into the ones that are feeling a little unsure about the future. But this has been Rilo from Guru Games. Stay up, stay safe, and I'm out.